My wife and I had our first child in 2016. Naturally, we bought a baby monitor. Nothing fancy, just audio with night vision and a motion sensor. We mounted it above the crib in the nursery, and I installed the app on my phone so I could check it even while at work. One night, around 2 a.m., I woke up because I heard what sounded like whispering coming from the monitor. Not crying, not babbling, whispering. I assumed it was just interference or maybe one of those odd noises babies make. I want to check the app. At first, the camera feed was pitch black. I tapped the screen to turn on night vision, and that's when I saw it. A man, crouched in the corner of the nursery, facing the crib. He wasn't moving, just crouching like a predator watching prey. I leapt out of bed, shouting to my wife to call 911, and stormed into the nursery with a baseball bat. But when I burst through the door, no one was there. No open windows. No sign of forced entry. Nothing disturbed. The cops came, checked the house, the backyard, everything. No one. But what haunts me more is this. When I checked the baby monitor footage again, the app said, "No events recorded." The video was gone. After that night, I ripped out the monitor and installed a full security system. Nothing's happened since. But I still wonder, if I hadn't looked at the screen that exact moment, what would he have done to my son? My wife was recovering from surgery, so we hired a local teenager named Lindsay to help around the house and watch our 4-year-old daughter, Chloe, in the afternoons. Lindsay was quiet but sweet. Chloe seemed to like her, which was all that mattered. But after a few weeks, Chloe started waking up screaming. Night terrors, talking about a shadow in her room and the lady in the mirror. We assumed it was stress from seeing her mom in pain. Then one day, I came home early from work. Lindsay didn't hear me come in. I walked down the hall and heard her chanting something softly in Chloe's room. I opened the door and saw Chloe standing stiff in the middle of the room, eyes closed. Lindsay had drawn symbols on the floor in chalk. She looked up at me and said, completely calm, "She's almost ready." We fired her on the spot and reported the incident. Her parents claimed she was into Wicca and thought it was just a game. A week later, Chloe was found talking to herself in the closet. When we asked who she was talking to, she said, "The mirror lady." Lindsay said she'd come through if I stayed quiet enough. We smashed the mirror, burned the symbols, moved to another city. We still don't know what Lindsay was trying to do, but Chloe still doesn't like mirrors. My son, Tyler, was in 3rd grade when this happened. He was a quiet kid, but lately he'd been withdrawn, even more than usual. When I asked him what was wrong, he just said school was tiring. One evening, I was cleaning out his backpack when I found a crumpled piece of paper in the bottom pocket. It was a note, scribbled in a shaky hand. "Please help me. They come into the room at night. They take us one by one." At first I thought he was just writing something for fun, maybe a story or a game. But he swore he didn't write it. He said it was already in the backpack when he found it in his cubby at school. I brought it to the principal, who dismissed it as a prank. But that weekend, I found another note, this one taped to the bottom of his lunchbox. This one said, "I'm the last one left. Don't trust the teacher." We pulled Tyler out of school and called the police. A few weeks later, the school janitor was arrested for unrelated charges, and they found a locked storage room in the basement with small mattresses and children's clothing inside. The investigation is still ongoing. But my son never went back to that school. He still won't sleep without the lights on.